Don't do this, you fool. You will lose so many crystals, you won't be able to recover. I've decided to go on a journey. Aldous Sandflys is leaving port. 100 million GP, 200 million GP, 300 million GP, and so on. Hey guys, welcome back to another part of Aldy's journey. Today, we answer the big question. What exact rewards is Aldy getting now versus what he used to get in his old guild? In fact, how much is this actually costing him and costing his account? A lot of people thought, well, you've got to be at the absolute top, because you've got to get the best rewards. Am I noticing? How do I feel about it? We're going to break it down in this, and we're also going to talk a little bit about kind of a weird thing I discovered, but we'll talk about that in a second. Let's go over to the game, shall we? Gorgeous transition, you gotta love that. Beautiful transition. We're in the game now. When I first started this journey, one of my biggest concerns were, am I going to keep losing crystals? Am I going to run out of resources? I'm going to run out of rewards. What will be the reward loss, effectively? You know, like, as much as we talk about, I'm learning so much as a player, so much about the community, and I'm learning so much about the wonderful stories that we keep coming across. But I thought, hang on, will I need to give CG another $100? What will it actually cost me in reward, in resources to do this? And obviously this is a resource management game, so I thought it's important to break down kind of where I am, what we're getting, kind of run it through with you, what I was getting, what I'm getting now, and yes, we're going to do that now. Now, before we start, let's start with the stuff that isn't affected by your guild. Now, your GAC rewards and your daily crystals from where you are in the Kybers or the Bronziums, the Chroniums, that is unaffected. So we had a great 3v3 campaign on WelcomeToSandflys on Twitch. We went something like 6-3, I think, in the end. A lot of crystals coming in from that. So that kind of offsets, but that doesn't change. It doesn't matter what guild you're in for that. Other thing that doesn't matter is where you are in the ship arena. So ships isn't going to affect your crystal. The guild doesn't affect your ships. I don't get anything from ships because unfortunately my shard's run by a ship mafia. And therefore I'm not allowed in the top 50. What else is not affected? Well, any of your daily incomes, any of your daily stuff, any of the things you do on the galactic challenges, or the stuff you do daily, none of that's affected. So what we're talking about here right now, we're talking about raids, we're talking about TW, and we're talking about TB. Those are the three areas that are kind of guild affected. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit. I will flash up the TW differences, and I will show you kind of like where I'm now at the 100 million GP versus the top end, and what the difference in income outgoing is. Bit of a mute point for Aldy, because Aldy doesn't do TW at the high level. TW yet. I mean, the more I play DW at this level, the more I'm falling in love with it as a game mode. I actually think it's pretty good. I actually think it's got a little bit of... I've probably misjudged it a little bit. So I do think there's an opportunity for me to play more. And I think when I get back up, just for balance, I will play more TW. Anyway, we'll talk about that in the future. TB is an interesting one. Let me show you where we are. We're doing Genosius. We're doing Genosis Republic Offensive. So we've got the four zones. Each zone is a day and a half. Quite cool. I didn't forget that, but I kind of missed that. We've gone back to Return of the Empire, where they went back to this daily grind. So it's kind of weird going back to this 4 zone. Quite beneficial, I would say. The guild is obviously aiming for about 9 or 10 stars, I think. So we'll talk about this. We'll flash up what 9 and 10 stars on this do versus where we used to be on ROTE. Now, the reason why we're doing Genoshin, and this, we'll talk about this when we get to the raid, unfortunately, ROTE is locked. If you are under 200 million as a GP, you cannot do, you cannot do ROTE. So this is our only option. And we'll touch on that at the end, because I think this is a really important point when we come to raids and stuff like that. I always thought when CG kind of proposed this kind of, we bring in a new one and the other ones will still exist, I always thought that what they were saying was that there was this section of guilds will play this one, and then there'll be a band, and then there'll be a band, and you'll move up those bands. But that isn't true. The fact is that the rewards from ROTE, I'm pretty sure we would be playing ROTE if it was available. But the fact is, it's not. So we're doing this, which is quite good, but we'll talk about this in a future video when we cover TB in particular in more detail. Can I just say, General Kalani, can you go and yourself? Anyway, we'll talk about that, and hopefully we'll get to the cam mission. But yeah, we'll talk about this. But more importantly, what I really want to talk about in this video is raids. When I first started this journey, one of the things I really wanted to do was the Sith raid. I wanted to the Sith raid, for anyone, for me, is one of the best bits of content this game has ever had. It is brilliant. And I really wanted to kind of relive that. However, sadly, the guild, 100 million GP guild, are doing the speeder bike pursuit raid. Now, I understand why, because the speeder bike raid just gives better rewards. You get the get 3. So this is what's the weirdest thing about me. I always thought that when I visited 100 million GP guild, would be down even doing the heroic AAT or the Rancor but no, we're on the same raid. And I'm pretty sure when the new raid drops on Genoshin or whatever that is, we will end up actually moving to that new raid as well. So I think it's another point I've found with CG. I'm going to... Sorry, CG. I call you out in every damn video. You sunsetted these raids and you told everyone, oh, don't worry, other people will be doing them. The fact is, nobody's doing the Crate Dragon raid right now. If you want, just publish figures on who's actually doing this raid, because I know you won't. But from my experience, and this is the only thing I go on, you have to do the modern raid. You've got to get the get 3, even if you only get to like the 3rd or 4th crate. I'll show you where we are. So I think we're going to get, as a guild, we're going to get the 4th crate on this one. Yes. So these are the rewards we get. I'll try and break down what I used to get and what I got now. But these rewards are pretty huge. So every single person in the guild got these rewards who was eligible. There were 3 people that actually weren't eligible for this raid. But from an Aldy point of view, the only thing that's missing is the get 3. I am still getting 1,500, which is quite good. But I think previously, and I'll put it on the screen, I was getting about 6,000. But the others are pretty much the same. Little changes, but really it's the get 3 that people are needing and wanting. And that's trickling down through the entire guild. So I think there's a real problem here where none of these other raids are getting done. Like, nobody's doing the Sith Triumphant, nobody's doing the Hat, nobody's doing the Crankor, nobody's doing the Crate Dragon, and that's a huge opportunity, I think, where you have incredible content that is beloved. We actually love the Sith Triumphant raid. It is a great fun. I would like to see these 4 come back in as a monthly event for the guild. And each guild can run it how they want. Just take the crystals out of ship shards, whatever, toss them into here. Give us the ability to play these again. Give us the guild ability to have competitions, interact with this stuff. It is so sad to see such incredible content sunsetted, because we loved these. These were, we loved these things. But unfortunately, the Get 3 is the cocaine that we all want. So, and it's the thing that kind of unlocks more things. So hence everyone goes to the modern raid. So it's sad to see. It's sad to see incredible content that I really wanted to play, that I really love playing, just disappear. So please bring it back. Please give us a monthly event. Please realize that nobody's playing these because the Get 3 is too much. And I'm not saying, please do not put a guild cap on the Leia raid or the new oh no, all these no, don't do that. Don't be that person. Anyway, let's talk personally on me. Where am I? What am I? I'm honestly not missing. I'm not missing the rewards. I'm pretty sure, let me come back to the base screen. I'm pretty sure I'm probably missing out on some Chirotechs, because I used to kind of spend the Get 3 I got on Chirotechs and used to kind of burn that every day to stop me maxing out. So I'm still kind of burning through. I'm about 6,000 at the moment. So I think there will come a point where I would run out of Get 3, therefore I wouldn't be able to buy the Chirotechs. But essentially that just slows me down a little bit. It's slowing me down because I've just unlocked Bo-Katan Mandalore, obviously. So she's the one that's kind of taking the Chirotechs at the moment. But yeah, I'm not noticing. I'm not noticing a drop in crystals. I would say the drop I'm noticing is probably in that Get 3 space, and that will translate into Chirotechs over time. But really, I am surprised that the drop in rewards is so little. And when you take all the multiple sources you get stuff from, yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, that's me. Aldy, loving his journey, loving his wee holiday, and not really noticing a difference. Not buying crystals, not giving CG any money. Life is good. Anyway, look after yourselves. May the force be with you. Good night.